It is Backlash prediction time here with Az and Cody's. You're watching Wrestling PN, and today in this video we are going to do the Backlash 2020 full match card prediction coming up. So let's start this prediction with the greatest wrestling match ever, Randy Orton versus Edge. So as you know, WWE has been building this for weeks, saying that it will be the greatest wrestling match ever. But let me tell you something, I'm not even sure that the match will actually begin. I think when Edge will be entering, Randy Orton will attack Edge from behind, and so the match will not even start, and it will end like this, probably. Or maybe the match is gonna happen. But WWE is kind of stupid if they think that this is going to be the greatest wrestling match ever, because there's too many great matches that happened over the years, and it is kind of impossible to make the greatest wrestling match happen. Just because you said it doesn't mean it will happen. So, but if I have to pick a winner for that match, I think I'm gonna go with Randy Orton. Even though Edge said that he wants to fight AJ Styles, Matt Riddle, a lot of more superstars, Seth Rollins, but I think WWE will make Randy Orton picks up the victory for that one, because at WrestleMania Edge already won. So maybe they're gonna make Edge win again at Backlash so that Edge can move forward. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Edge. I'm thinking about that right now. I think I'm gonna go with Edge because, beating Randy Orton, he will be able to move forward and maybe facing Seth Rollins, which will be awesome. The Monday Night Messiah versus Edge. That would be totally great. With, like, I don't know, maybe facing Matt Riddle, going to SmackDown, facing Matt Riddle, facing this one. It would be awesome, because if Edge loses to Randy, that doesn't mean that he doesn't move forward. He will have to stick with Randy Orton and fight Randy Orton again and again and again, and it might get a little boring over time. So I'm gonna go with that one, Edge versus Randy Orton, which probably will not be the greatest wrestling match ever, but whatever. So for that match, I'm gonna go with Edge picking up the victory. Next prediction, Jeff Hardy versus Sheamus. So for that match, I'm gonna go with Sheamus picking up the victory. But here is why. I think during the match, why Jeff Hardy will be doing his comeback on Sheamus, the hacker will show up, will then show that Baron Corbin was involved in it, because it kind of makes sense if Corbin was involved with Sheamus while doing the hit and run on Elias, because over the weeks we had some storyline between Elias and Baron Corbin. So I'm 100% sure that Baron Corbin is involved in that storyline between Sheamus and Jeff Hardy. So I think the hacker will show that up, and then when Jeff Hardy will turn his back, he will get a brogue kick, which will lead to Sheamus picking up the victory. And of course, I'm again 100% sure that this feud will not end at Backlash, but will be continuing for a very long time, I think. Maybe it will end at probably SummerSlam, maybe, or maybe Extreme Rules, but it will not end at Backlash. But so the winner for it is Sheamus. I'm gonna go with Sheamus picking up the victory. Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross versus the Iconics versus Bayley and Sasha, the women's triple threat match for the women's tag team championship. As much as I would love to see Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross having those championship back on their shoulder, I'm gonna have to go with logic here and saying that Sasha Banks and Bayley will retain their championship. Over the months, we had some of those little tiny teasing breakup between Sasha and Bayley, but it got a little boring over time. So WWE putting that women's tag team championship on their shoulder was a brilliant idea to make people more interested in it and stop making people getting bored with it. So it was a great idea by WWE. So I think a little breakup will be teased between them at the end of the match, but at the end of the day, it will be them retaining their championship. So prediction, Sasha Banks and Bayley retaining their championship. Because instead of the Women's Tag Team Championship putting Bayley and Sasha more together, it will instead separate them, which will be awesome to watch. Apollo Crews versus Andrade for the US Championship. This match was made on Raw when there was a triple threat #1 contender between Kevin Owens versus Angel Garza versus Andrade for the #1 contender to fight Apollo Crews at Backlash for the United States Championship. So for that match, here is what I think. I think Apollo Crews is going to retain his championship, but thanks to Angel Garza making a distraction to Andrade, which led to Apollo Crews picking up the victory and retaining his championship, but at the same time creating a storyline and ending the faction between the Zelina Vega's men's. So Prediction: Andrade, Apollo Crews retaining his championship, but at the same time ending this friendship between Angel Garza and Andrade. Raw Women's Championship, we're gonna have Asuka versus Nia Jax. So on Raw, a feud has already been created between Asuka and Charlotte Flair. So on Backlash, it is logic that we're gonna see Asuka retaining her championship against Nia Jax, setting up the feud between Charlotte Flair versus Asuka. But Braun Strowman versus Miz and Morrison in a 2-on-1 handicap match for the Universal Championship. So as we already know, at Extreme Rules, we're gonna have The Fiend versus Bray Wyatt for the Universal Championship, because after Money in the Bank, we had this little video of The Fiend teasing that The Fiend will be the next person to face Braun Strowman. This is what everybody thought, but then at Backlash, it was announced that Miz and Morrison will fight against Braun Strowman for the championship. So then this is where all people realize that this match will probably happen at Extreme Rules or maybe SummerSlam. So logically, the winner is going to be Braun Strowman retaining his Universal Championship. And finally, the last one, Drew McIntyre versus Bobby Lashley for the WWE Championship. I think it is kind of a little early for McIntyre to lose his championship, but here is what I think is going to happen. Bobby Lashley defeating Drew McIntyre, which led into Bobby Lashley defending his WWE Championship against Brock Lesnar, which led to Brock Lesnar defeating Bobby Lashley, which then at SummerSlam for the main event, we're gonna see Drew McIntyre versus Brock Lesnar in hopes that the fan will already be back, with then Drew McIntyre winning the WWE Championship, not like WrestleMania in front of no crowd, but this time winning it in front of a crowd, which will be very happy when they see Drew McIntyre picking up the victory, which will be awesome to watch. So even though it is kind of a little early for McIntyre to lose his championship, but this is what I think is going to happen. I don't know if you agree with me or disagree with me, but for that match, even though I really want to say that McIntyre is the one that's going to retain it, I'm gonna go with Bobby Lashley becoming the new WWE Champion. So this is the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to subscribe, like, and comment for more awesome wrestling content, for more awesome wrestling TN content. And remember, wrestling news happens every second and every minute. So make sure to follow me on all social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to not miss any wrestling news. And right now, as you can see, there is 2 videos up to the screen and this subscription button. If you don't want to watch another Wrestling TN video, just subscribe here, or if you want to continue watching Wrestling TN's video, just click with these 2 videos, just choose which one you prefer to watch. Thanks for watching again.